Hi, this is Jade's Gordon Electoral Library here with a book haul. Yesterday, I wasn't really having a good day. I was really stressed out and just having a shitty day. So I decided to get out of the house for a little bit and went to Chapters just to have a look around. And I got a few books while I was there. So these are the books I got. The Running Man by Stephen King. This is from Scrivener, and this edition is from October 2018. I decided to get a newer edition of The Running Man to have some newer editions, and I was deciding between this one and the latest release, which has a not poster of the movie, but it's got a close-up shot of the main actor from the new Running Man movie, and I decided to go with this one because I like this cover better than the other one. So now I have a nice new edition of the Running Man. I still like to get the original version. I still like to get the original version of the Running Man by Richard Blockman. Okay, next, The Long Walk. I got some other King books, and they're all by the same publisher, Scribner. This one's from October 2025. This is the tie-in with the adaptation of the film of the same name, which I definitely want to check out, and I definitely will read this one. Read the other Richard Bachman books on the channel. I really like this cover. I really like this one. I really like how this one captures like the really dark, gritty themes of the book. Um, so I'm glad to have this edition. All right, next, Thinner. All right. Okay. This was published originally in 1984. This edition is from August 2018. This is one Richard Bachman book I have heard of, but I haven't read yet. I heard of the film adaptation as well. This one's basically about a guy. He's like a greedy businessman, and he accidentally runs over a woman while driving, and this one turns out to be a gypsy, and he uses his power and contacts to avoid like any prison sentence, and this angers a group of gypsies. So one gypsy places a curse on him, and he begins to become thinner. And this sounds like a really interesting, dark story. I was hoping that there would be a newer edition of Roadwork, but they have yet to reprint that one, unfortunately. So I would like to get both the original Richard Bachman edition and a later edition for the 90s with a really cool cover. Okay. Last Stephen King book I got here, Misery. That is a really nice cover. This is from August 2025. Um, One thing about Misery is it's one of my favorite novels by Stephen King, and I really love the cover artwork from the original '87 novel. It is really dark, and you know this isn't the person suffering in the wheelchair is gonna be living through hell essentially. Um, there's been a whole like every Stephen King book. There's like a bunch of new editions and stuff. Misery is the one book that when I look at newer editions of Misery, I don't like the cover artwork as it doesn't capture the darkness like the original '87 version does. There's like one cover that's okay, but again, like the other editions of Misery, they don't really capture the darkness of the book. And when I saw this, I thought, okay, this is much better. This captures the darkness like in the book. I still say the original cover is the best version of those editions, but this one's good. I like this one. You got like Annie Wilkes holding the axe, and it's like very bloody and stuff, and I like the blood splatter on the eye. I really like that. So this is probably the nicest edition that I've seen of Misery. Okay, here's the other books I got. Alter Carbon by Richard Morgan. This is from Gollancz. This was published in 2008. Uh, this is a really good cyberpunk sci-fi action novel. I reviewed this novel many years ago when I started October Library, and I definitely need to do an updated review of that book and check. And I would like to check out the other two sequels in this series. So I definitely will do this. I would definitely read this series on the channel that's named after the main character. For anyone that's not heard of Altered Carbon, it's set in the future where basically people can change different bodies, known as sleeves, and people have like more control over the bodies in the future. Like they can hide their emotions and stuff, and you can also control a direction if you don't want one. So the story is about this criminal who him and his wife get killed during a raid, and he wakes up in a different body, and he's told that he has to help the police solve this murder of this like very wealthy business guy, and if he does this, he'll get his body back. So it's a really good, dark sci-fi cyberpunk novel. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. So I definitely have to read this book again on the channel and the other two books. And the last book I got here was a complete surprise. So after I was done going through the King section, I almost picked up a newer edition of Dead Zone, but I already got a hardcover copy of that, so I decided not to get that. As there was a bunch of other like newer books by King I was like looking at. I thought, nah, I'll just stick with the ones I got for now. But I was looking around and I was just checking out the other aisles I normally don't explore well chapters, and I saw, and this book caught my eye, and I picked it up. I thought, oh, this kind of looks interesting. So I read through it and I read the synopsis, and it sounded interesting. Blades of Furry, Volume 1 by Emily Erdis and Dan Mumez. Alright, this was published by Little Brown and Company. This came out in 2025. So, I have never heard of this furry graphic novel, and after I posted it on some groups I'm on, some of my furry online friends telling me, this is a online comic series, and it's apparently very good. They're telling me, oh, this is really good, James, you'll like this. So I thought, okay, I'm glad I picked this up. So this is about this deer here, Emil. He's preparing for a upcoming ice rink skating competition, and the person he's supposed to go up against cancels because they're like sick or something. So the ice rink, whoever, like the people who run it, they replaced the other guy with the person that inspired Emil to become a skater, which is Raul. This guy here. So when these two meet, they instantly connect each other. They take a real liking to each other, and then Emil discovers that Raul is actually part bat and believes that he's a vampire. So I thought, oh, okay, so we got some vampire themes in this gay romance. Sounds interesting. So I looked through it, and this looks really interesting, and I'm glad I picked this up. I definitely need to do this more often, as I should check out the other shelves around like chapters in our bookstores and stuff, because sometimes I may find something I may never discover until I look. And it's always nice when you have these days where you just go looking around the shelves in the store and you find something that catches your eye and it piques your interest. So I'm glad I picked this up. Alright, that's it for this book haul today. Hope you enjoy, and please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to October Library, the new channel where I post book reviews, book hauls, or official content. Until then, I'll catch you later.